She only asked for her medicine. The flight attendant ignored her. Then she threw it in the trash. 5 minutes later, the girl's father stood up. The entire flight went silent. And what he said next grounded the whole plane. 1. A father and daughter on their first trip together. Marcus Thompson, a calm and respected man in his 40s, had finally saved enough money to take his 16-year-old daughter, Layla, on her dream trip to New York. Layla suffered from severe asthma, and her father always told her, "Never be afraid to speak up if you need help." She always kept a small medical pouch in her backpack. Inhaler, nebulizer capsule, emergency note from her doctor. This trip meant the world to her. The flight attendant with an attitude. As they boarded the flight, a stern-looking flight attendant, Ms. Reynolds, stood by the aisle. She didn't smile, didn't greet anyone, just barked instructions. When she spotted Layla's small pouch, she snapped. "Bags go overhead, not on your lap," Layla politely explained. "Ma'am, this has my medical." "I said overhead," she barked, snatching the pouch from her hands. Marcus frowned but stayed calm. 30 minutes into the air, trouble begins. The plane took off. Layla began breathing faster. Her chest tightened. Sweat formed on her forehead. She whispered, "Dad, my inhaler. I can't breathe." Marcus immediately pressed the call button. Ms. Reynolds arrived, annoyed. "What now?" Marcus kept calm. "My daughter needs her inhaler. Her medical bag." She rolled her eyes. "You people always make drama. It's just a little turbulence anxiety." Layla gasped for air. She threw the medicine away. Marcus said firmly, "Ma'am, please. The bag has her medication." Ms. Reynolds pointed toward the back. "I put all loose items in a disposal bin before takeoff. That little pouch is probably already in the trash compactor." Marcus froze. Layla's eyes filled with panic. They had thrown away her life-saving medicine. Layla collapses, and Marcus snaps. Layla's body slumped sideways in her seat. Passengers shouted. Someone yelled, "She's having an attack." Marcus stood up slowly. A quiet man, a gentle man, but a father pushed beyond the breaking point. He raised his voice for the first time. "Everyone stay seated. This flight is not going anywhere." Passengers stared. Marcus reveals who he really is. Ms. Reynolds tried to scold him. "Sir, sit down or I will." He cut her off, calm but commanding. "You already made the biggest mistake of your career." He reached into his jacket and pulled out his ID. A golden aviation badge. Passengers gasped. Ms. Reynolds' eyes widened. Marcus said, "I am Marcus Thompson, Senior Federal Aviation Safety Inspector." Dead silence. He continued, "And you just violated 3 federal safety regulations, putting my daughter's life in danger." Marcus takes control of the plane. He walked to the front of the aircraft. Passengers watched like it was a movie. Marcus grabbed the intercom. "Captain, this is Inspector Thompson. We are making an emergency landing right now due to medical negligence on board." The captain replied instantly. "Understood, sir." Preparing immediate descent. Passengers clapped. Ms. Reynolds froze, shaking. Emergency landing. Paramedics rush in. The plane landed in record time. Paramedics stormed inside, lifted Layla into a stretcher, gave her oxygen, and stabilized her. Marcus held her hand the whole time. Ms. Reynolds tried to defend herself. I thought it was just panic." Marcus turned slowly. "You didn't think. You didn't listen. You didn't care. And that almost cost my daughter her life." She looked down, ashamed. The airline responds, and justice arrives. 2 hours later, a high-ranking airline supervisor approached Marcus. "Inspector Thompson, we reviewed passenger recordings. Ms. Reynolds is suspended immediately. She was escorted away in tears." The supervisor then handed Layla a silver envelope. "Your medical bag was found intact. Someone placed it in a sealed cleaning bin instead of the trash." Marcus sighed in relief. Inside the envelope was also a full refund, 2 first-class round-trip tickets, a written public apology, and lifetime free medical accommodation on all flights. Ending, a father's lesson. Later that evening, Layla whispered, "Dad, I thought I was going to die." Marcus put his hand on her shoulder. "You didn't, because you're strong, and because when someone mistreats you, you speak up." no matter who they are. Layla smiled weakly. Marcus kissed her forehead, and the world learned that day. A father's love can stop a whole airplane, and a single act of negligence can change a career forever. Estrella Blanca Mediana Moral lesson. Never judge someone's needs. Never ignore someone's pain. One moment of carelessness can destroy a life, but one moment of courage can save one.